Let's watch a small video clip that proves a narcissist's accusations are their confessions. You are going to watch a small video clip with me in which you will see a daughter showing the room of her narcissistic mother who always blamed her for keeping her room untidy and disorganized. You will see how the mother herself is like that but always wanted the daughter to live in an alternate false reality. The first thing that came to my mind after watching this video clip is a narcissist, parent or partner, takes away your right to live in reality. How? By gaslighting you, by manipulating you, and by constantly feeding you lies. They reshape it to only serve their agenda, which is to keep abusing you and to keep having control over you. I am Danish, a psychologist and a narcissistic abuse recovery professional. Welcome to my channel. Thank you so much for tuning in. Before we get started, please make sure to subscribe because your subscription may help in spreading awareness about narcissistic abuse. Imagine living with a parent who constantly blames, shames, humiliates, criticizes, and dehumanizes you for not being organized and tidy enough. Then imagine the pain and confusion experienced by this child because of the conflicting nature of their reality. What conflict am I talking about? Well, on one hand, they are being told they are disorganized, they are untidy and so on. But on the other hand, they see that these attributes are present in their parent. Their parent is blaming their own faults onto them and they cannot do anything about it. Whenever they open their mouth, they're being told, oh, you're making up things. It's because of you, or it's not that bad, or you're not understanding the situation properly and so on. It's always your fault. What does that do to your brain? What does that do to you as a developing personality? Well, it breaks your capability to trust your own intuition. Notice I used the word breaks your capability, not destroys, because you can heal that capability and become whole again. The child growing up in an environment like this stops trusting not the parent but themselves. The self that I'm talking about is essentially your intuition, call it your inner voice or whatever. They always believe what they are told because anytime they choose to go within and listen to what they feel about the situation, they are made to feel they're crazy, they're sensitive, or that things are not the way they feel about them. And that is what they carry into their adulthood, unfortunately. Which is the main reason why a lot of survivors of complex post-traumatic stress or developmental trauma say things like, I do not know who I am. Well, that who you are is suppressed within, it has been buried down within by the narcissist who raised you, because any expression of it would have threatened their false self. So anytime it came up, it was pushed down. And that's so painful for me to describe because that's my personal experience. That's what I have been through, and I'm sure a lot of you have experienced the same. You might wonder and ask, when a narcissist does something wrong, how can they be so stupid to think it's somebody else or it's because of somebody else? They see it, they are doing it. How is it possible that they justify it to themselves and believe that it's your fault? Well, that's why I say they are delusional. They can believe anything if they want to believe in it. Because if it serves their narcissistic false self, if it keeps it alive, they will believe that lie. Accepting that it is their fault is directly equal to, in a narcissist case, the death, the unaliving, the undoing of the entire structure of their fake personality. If a narcissist were to look deep within and recognize the faults, then they won't be a narcissist anymore. You and I both know no narcissist is interested in doing that. So what is the easy shortcut? What is the easy escape? To blame it on you. They compartmentalize things, they minimize things, they justify it as, oh, because you kept your room disorganized, I felt so bad, so unmotivated that I left my room as well. It's because of you. It's a crazy reason, a crazy justification to give, but they are crazy essentially, in my opinion. So why not? They can justify anything from cheating to harming other people physically to stealing, anything. They don't have a conscience. Their moral compass is not working properly. They are morally corrupt. So there is no sense of right or wrong. For these reasons, you're left with a big moral wound after surviving a narcissistic individual, because they stoop to any level to cause you harm. You may also wonder, how else does a narcissist get benefited when accusing you of the things they themselves do? Well, once they successfully reshape your personality, turn your intuition against you, weaponize your conscientiousness against you, you become your own enemy without knowing you have become one. How? Anytime something bad happens in the relationship, you do not blame them anymore. You do not think about, oh, maybe that was wrong. He shouldn't have said that. She shouldn't have done that. You point all the fingers towards yourself. You blame yourself naturally. You panic. You become really anxious. And then you start questioning your thoughts, your emotions, your reactions. And that is what the narcissist wants. Once they put you in a trance state like that, they take advantage of you left, right, and center. Their accusations are not only the confessions, it's the whole truth. If you want to know what's going on, believe the opposite of what the narcissist tells you. For example, if they blame you for being an unclean and a disorganized person, know that one, you are a very clean person and a disorganized one, and it's them, it's this person who is untidy and disorganized. They show their hidden aspects of personality when blaming you for things like cheating. Whenever they start torturing you, controlling your phone or tracking your location and blame you for meeting other people, know that there is something going on behind your back and they are doing it to you. Do not take anything negative they say about you personally, because that is not who you are as a person. And that is where you have to start trusting yourself again. I know that's a painful process, but it is a mandatory one. Release all the beliefs you have embodied, rather you were forced to embody. Recognize them first. What do you believe about yourself after surviving this monster? Do you think you are a worthless person? You are unlovable? You are extremely demanding and so on? Just check in with yourself. Do some journaling on it. Find out what the accusations are. Just differentiate your reality from who you are and who they made you to be. And how would you know that? Just look at your past. Before meeting the narcissist, who were you? That is what your truth is. They do not know even an inch of who they themselves are. They're totally blind to their own actions. It's not like they do not know. They know, but they do not want to take responsibility. If they do not know anything about themselves, how would they have anything to say about who you are as a person? And how could what they say about you be taken as a reliable form of information? Think about that for a second. And with that, let's bring this episode to an end. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'll talk to you in the next one. Until then, as always, let the healing begin and continue.